On this episode of Estero Fire Rescue for September 14th, 2009, the Fire Commissioner says goodbye, the community voices their concerns over taxes, and the Board of Fire Commissioners sets the millage rate.
To those of you who I have worked with for a long time now in this community, I'm here tonight to say goodbye.
At the September 9th public hearing, Commissioner Akins announced that she was resigning her position and moving out of Estero. This comes after Barbara and her husband decided to relocate back to Texas. The Board of Fire Commissioners will be accepting applications to fill this vacancy. Interested applicants can visit www.esterofire.org for an application.
I am now submitting my resignation, and I thank you, Commissioners, for having worked with me. I've enjoyed it, and I wish you the best of luck in the future.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Prior to setting the millage rate, Commissioners opened the floor for residents and business owners to address the board.
I hear closing fire stations are not an option. Well, I think when you're at a spot like this, maybe closing fire stations is an option. I think it's time to cut back. I've laid off. It's a hard thing to do. I've cut back staff. I've cut back some services. I know that's a dirty word. Things need to happen.
We need to look at other areas. We need to look at, if we have to close a fire station, we have to do that. These are hard times. We've got a lot of people that are out of work, and I certainly wouldn't want to see that happen here, but if that's what it takes to keep the cost down, and we, as Nick just said, we can't afford it. Thank you very much for your time.
I think it will be fiscally irresponsible of the commissioners to approve a rate that would take us into another year facing a loss, knowing that the sun is not going to rise and shine much brighter in 2011. Now, the one thing that you're dealing with that I have never had to deal with in a recession. In a recession, the demand for my products and businesses was dropping. The demand for your services are increasing. And that's a little different than what I have been accustomed to.
These are unprecedented times, and the banks are not acting like they normally act. Be very cautious of violating loan covenants right now. That could come back to haunt you.
No further discussion. All those in favor? The millage rate of 2.00 signify by aye.
Afterwards, the Board of Fire Commissioners proposed a tentative millage rate of 2.0. This was less than the preliminary millage rate of 2.3487.
By aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously.
On September 14th, the Board of Fire Commissioners finalized the millage rate at 2.0 for the 2009-2010 fiscal year.